guys, you're watching E109 only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. We're back at the racetrack again today. I think this is like episode 5 or part 5 of the racetrack. It takes a lot longer than I thought to build one of these. I didn't think there was really much to it, but there just is. I got rid of the weird like blue boxes with like red boxes around the wheels. I don't know what was going on there. I just logged onto the world after a couple of hours and they had gone away. So whatever button I had pressed had reset itself. So the cars don't have like a glow anymore as if I was some sort of superhero. Today I want to focus on mostly the inside of the track, since that's pretty much the only thing that's left to do here now, is the inside, and obviously some dressing up with some car parks and stuff on the outside, but that's like a spare episode that we could just fit in anywhere. So I want to start off with first actually doing the lights though. The ready set go lights. I don't know what they're called. That's what I've always called them, ready set go lights. I highly doubt that that's the actual like technical name for these, but it makes sense, right? You go ready set go. I think that's pretty good height for you'll be able to see that right at the back of the grid, and so it just doesn't look like a big bar that goes across. I want to put some colors in here. We're going to go with red and green and lime clay. I think I want, yeah, lime clay. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a red one in there, 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 and a green one here, like that. I think that looks pretty cool. And then I'm a real stickler for not seeing the tops of blocks that don't make sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some slabs. I think we're going to use these black ones. Actually look pretty nice, and we're going to put these black ones along the top and underneath, and I think it's just going to spruce it up that little bit. And I think that looks better. That looks a lot better, doesn't it, than just having a straight shot or the blocks being able to see the top and bottom. I think that looks pretty cool. It's pretty realistic as well. I know there's like 12 red lights and like 4 green lights, but that's the basic principle on how it works, isn't it? Now, we want to get this road coming underneath. I really want to get this out the way because I'm a little bit nervous about... I'm not quite sure exactly how this is gonna go. So what we're gonna do is, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna fly over to an area that has no weather clear, that is flat and has no street lights or curbs or anything like that, because it's going to be going underground and we can just add the curbs in the right space. And we also want it facing in the right direction. Unfortunately, this piece of road looks pretty perfect for it. This is going to save me doing it by hand, you see. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab that part. Oh, I shall turn the shaders off as well. I didn't realise that they were on. We're going to come from there and we're going to go over here. We're going to try and do as much a longer length as we can. And then we're going to go up in the air. I'm going to say like 4 blocks would be about the right height to be able to drive under. And I'm going to select... Oh, I should probably select up there. So then we get the airspace in here as well. I'm just going to come back here and I'm going to make sure that I clicked on the road and not the path. Something like that. Let's now... I should have done this completely... Oh no, I see where I am. I'm going to stand right in the middle and I'm going to copy. 8 blocks were copied. That's a little bit better. 3,010 blocks were copied. Right, so copy, boom, and we're going to go over here, and because this is going to be the part that's actually underground, I need to dig down like the 4-ish blocks that we went up there to get that airspace. Hopefully we go deep enough, because I don't want to like go, I don't want to break the track, but we also have to go underneath the sand, because if I break the block that's underneath the sand and the gravel here, the sand and the gravel is going to fall as well, isn't it? Let's just say, I think this is probably a pretty good length. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go down 6 and we're going to hit paste. So far, so good. Nothing fell through. I think we were on the minimum though, because this is the sand block, and this will be the block that's keeping the sand up. So we're literally sort of right on the edge of what's possible here. And I don't exactly know where that goes up. I think it's too far, but that doesn't matter. We can dress up this inside with some stone or something. And then on this side, if I get slabs, these ones. Now our roads always go up. Is it every 2 slabs we go up an incline? That seems to be the a friendly gradient to vehicles, or is it 3? It's either 2 or 3. That's 3. And that's 3. Okay, it's every 3. It's been ages since we've done any uphill or downhill sections. I've still got a bit missing from the wind turbine too. I think I blew it up with a missile on a vehicle, but I'm not 100% sure where it went. So we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. They're already there because it's the stone texture, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we are not gonna get up. Mind you, we've got plenty of room to go up with. I tell you what, we should really start at the top and work our way down. That would be the smartest of ideas. This is the middle. And if we start going down here, 1, 2, 3. 1, oops, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We just need to make sure that we're low enough by the time we get to the wall that we're not going to hit our heads on the wall. If this isn't, I really don't know what's going to be the best way. But now we're underground. That's going to be the gradient to get... I'm stuck. To get down here. I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to be good. Let me take away the grass. Let me get the road in. And I should be back, okay? And if this one goes right, we can easily do it on the other side to come back up again. Alright, so it goes down at a nice gradient now. It's nice and friendly to the cars. You don't end up bouncing up it. It doesn't look too aggressively steep. And we fit underneath actually quite well. We keep this sort of constant 4-block height all the way through, which is really, really nice. Now, you might think, well, that's a little bit weird having this spot clear, AJ. What's all that about? Well, I'm thinking of somehow sort of decorating up the front of the tunnel section. Don't quite know how yet. I might use like one of those tires and make that into like a tire or something like that. Maybe. I don't know. But it's sort of just a basic downward part. But now that we've got this, I thought of, instead of building it all again, we could just copy paste it or copy rotate it and then paste it on the other side. And I think the way that we want to do this is probably do it at the top, right here. Copy. Rotate it 180 degrees. This might not be exactly correct. And then we want to stay in the middle line of where the road center line is. That's where I copied it. And I'm going to just go here. I'm just going to see what it does. Paste. I think we're pretty good. Now, our lines, if I came forward by 2 blocks, I would wreck everything. If I go... Okay. Let's just do that again. Let's go undo. What if we went back 2 blocks? 1, 2... I think that might be right. I don't know. I just want to get those lines straight. Otherwise, I've got to tear all the lines up and put them all down again. That one and that one. How come that one wasn't... It is right there. So it's actually not flat for that long underneath here. But now the lines are all correct. The lines are not correct. The lines were never correct. The lines have got 1 block between them instead of 2 blocks. Okay, I don't mind it, actually. I think that looks okay on a downward part. But anyway. How do we look like on this side? That needs to go back to sand and gravel. But apart from that, it's pretty perfect. It's pretty perfect. I could go back a little bit further, but then we're sort of eating into more space. I think we're pretty good. Set sand. I do need to go back a bit further then, don't I? Otherwise that sand's going to fall constantly. Okay, undo. We're going to come back a few more blocks just to get out the way of the gradient again. Paste. It still lines up pretty well. I think it's as nicely in line as it's going to. Yes, perfect. Wonderful. I've got a little bit more room here and the gravel's still there. Okay, perfect. I don't mind that too much. So we've now got it going down and up again. We can now get inside of our own track. And now what we can do is pretty much split this up into what's going to be mostly a car park on this side. The road's going to come around, or T-junction probably, off this way in line with the back of the pits, where we'll also have the podium stands over here on that side of the like pit lane track or whatever. I also need a commentary box. I think a commentary box would be cool. Now they do usually stay around the center here, but maybe I can make the commentary building here and have the podiums at the end. I think that could work as well. And then this side is pretty much all car parks for like all the truck vehicles and stuff like that. So let me get down. There's gonna be a lot of cuts in this racetrack has just caused a load of like long episodes for me and short episodes for you because of all the edits I gotta do, but let me get down a bunch of concrete, a bunch of stone to make it look like the drivable areas. Okay, I'll be back. Alright, so I've got a little bit of a central car park in the middle here now. This isn't for public use. This is going to be for media, pit crew, commentary crew, emergency, personnel, recovery vehicle, whatever, the pit girls that go down and they line all the cars up with their flags and dancing around and stuff like that. That's the sort of car park that this is for. I've also got the strip that goes down to the pit lane as well, where they unload them off the lorries and put them down here. What we're going to do is we're going to put a lorry park down here, which is going to be like car parking spaces, but a lot longer. We might also be able to, on another episode, build actual trucks, build some trucks to go in here, because we don't have any actual moving like trucks. So like vehicle trucks, so we'll have to make our own ones, which is fine. That's fair enough. So that'll go here. And I've kept the same wall as well. I really like using this sort of same wall design as we went around with the track. It keeps that sort of personality, I think, and it looks really nice. In the gaps around here, obviously we need to do something around the edge of the tunnel there, so I don't need to do really much there. But down the sort of sides here, I'm going to be bone mealing most of this. It's the same around the outside of the track here. Most of that's going to be bone meal. I don't want to leave it as just plain grass, but there's not enough room for trees to go in. I've also already got the trees going around the outside. I don't want trees on the inside of the fence as well, So we're going to bone meal all of that, get some long grass in, get some long ferns and stuff like that. In this area, I could put a couple of trees. I don't mind putting a couple of trees in here. I think that would look quite nice, in fact. And then bone meal around the outside. Bone meal all the way around here, up to about there. Bone meal down here, up to about here. Maybe with a couple of, like, neat-looking trees in here. Like, not natural ones, but more pruned. I'm thinking down either side of the pit lane here. We'll have a commentary box here. It'll also just be a building that's used for anything else. And then we'll have the podiums either at the end here or just about there. I don't really know which one yet. I also want to have something that I must admit I did sort of forget about. And that's like a lap counter. Is something I'm thinking. This one. Yellow. I don't know how well this is going to work. Yellow. That one. That one. Black. And then maybe two. Maybe use them both. No, I think that works. That displays like what lap each car is on. Maybe it's a little bit too low. I don't know. But that should work for the time being. It's also just giving more detail to the track, just giving generally more height and everything, I think is really helping. All right, that's pretty cool. I could do the car park off camera, but let's just get a bit of a commentary blueprint down. We're not going to be able to do the entire building today. I would like to set it back a little bit away from the track here, but obviously not too much because we don't want to waste all that much space. I want to use cyan clay for at least the bottom half of the building, so it's a little bit darker. And we're going to try and squeeze in as much as we can in here, make this building as large as possible, because these aren't small buildings, are they? So we're going to go as close to the edge as I truly dare. And we're going to come up to the length, I think, of the pits would be about right. Maybe even a little bit longer. This building's going to be mostly glass, at least on the upper levels. You know, so we've got like a really nice 360-degree view for VIPs to sit in, all that kind of thing, isn't it? All very expensive. For the moment, I'm going to do just a square. It's unlikely that this building will, or a rectangle. It's unlikely that the building will keep that shape, though. We'll most likely recess in some parts, but it just gives me an idea right now on how big it's going to be, how high we can get away with it. I've said this before, but sometimes people do their buildings with too small of a footprint and then end up doing them too tall, and they look like they're going to topple over. There's a certain balance of footprint size, blueprint size to the highest to the height that you can go. So I reckon with a blueprint of that size, we could go pretty much as high as we wanted. But as long as we're above the pits, I would be pretty happy with that. I think we're going to be using packed ice mostly for the windows on that building. I don't want to use glass. For the trees that go down the center here, these are really, really easy to build. Leaves. Oops, that's not a leaf. Leaves and wood. I always type log. Why aren't they called log? And nice and simple, nice and easy to do here. It's going to be 4 logs up in the air. That'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the third one up, we're going to go around with these ones, 2 blocks out, and then you're going to put 3 in each corner. Oops, it's my normal neat tree look. This is, we do the same thing again on the level up. These are my favorite trees. They just look so neat, nicely pruned. They're a nice size. On the third level, you're going to put these ones around the edge like that, and then fill up the middle 3 by 3. Then you're going to do a 3 by 3 again. Then you're going to do a cross, oops, like that, and then one on top. It's so simple and really effective. It looks nice and neat. It's nothing too crazy or complicated to try and follow. Slab, we'll get some quartz, I think. Now we haven't got too much white around the track here, so it works really well as a sort of detail block. And then I can just, fortunately, copy and paste it. Pause. 2. I think I'm high enough. I'm going to go up again anyway, just in case. And we're going to stand in the middle here. Copy. I'm going to leave 3 blocks between each one. So I'm going to stand here. And I'm going to paste -A. Yeah, leaves a 3 in the middle. Perfect. Leaves that 1 block between each tree then. It just looks the nicest in my opinion. Paste. 1, 2, 3. Paste. 1, 2, 3. There. 1, 2, 3. There. Is that right? Nope. I thought I'd gone too far with that one. That one. I think I can fit maybe 1 or 2 more in. That one. Oh, too far again. It's good that you know that I notice them though. Otherwise it causes some problems later on. Because it's easier to move 1 than it is to move like 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Beautiful. I like that. I want the same thing. No, we don't want the same thing on the other side, do we? Because the other side's going to have the lorry parking. We call them lorries in the UK, and US you call them trucks. We call trucks pickup truck, or what you guys call pickup trucks, we call trucks in the UK, and what you guys call trucks, we call lorries. It's very complicated. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me do the lorry park, and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm just putting some more trees down because I've done some very slight shuffling. Moving the commentary box over by, I think, 1 block. We've got the car park in here now, the lorry park in here, truck park. And I made sure that we had the room on the side here to have some nice, neat planters or trees up these sides as well, up either side of these, so it sort of becomes part of the uniform, part of the pattern throughout the interior of our racetrack. There, and here, there, there. Oh, undo. A little bit too far. I don't want to go all the way to there. Okay, I think that looks really neat, right? Those trees just sort of set off that middle part. We haven't done the building even yet, all the detail, and yet it's looking a lot better. I'm very happy. I was a little bit concerned on how we were going to do the center here. It looks a little bit modular at the moment, but I hope once we get all the bone meal down, it's going to blend it all into one, especially once we get that building in. Unfortunately, that's all I've got. Funny voice. That's all I've got time for this episode. Stupid hiccups. We've definitely still got a lot more to do here. The tunnel being one. I want to be able to dress that up to look nice. We've got the commentary box. Dressing up the outside. The podiums aren't really anything that important. You know, some trees here. Big old car park needs to go in here. That'll sort of double up as making the hospital car park a little bit bigger as well, and fill up that space that we aren't going to be able to fit anything else in. I'll put car park here, and car park there, I think, because nothing else is going to be able to go in there. Maybe we can do some big banners, you know, advertising the racetrack, you know, advertisement boards and stuff like that. But apart from that, it'll be mostly car parks around here. Plus, it's going to be a fun area just to drive around because of all the big, flat, empty space. Once we get all the city buildings done, you're not going to be able to sort of do donuts and drag racing and stuff like that in the middle of the city. You're going to want to come out to some big car parks, so it's going to be perfect. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We won't be here next episode. Next episode, we're going to be working on a house. I think it's been a while since we've just done a house in the city, so I want to do one of those. Bye!